People don't fail at weight loss. Systems fail people. If weight loss were really just about trying harder, being more disciplined, or having more willpower, you wouldn't still feel stuck. And yet, so many people are. Not because they're doing something wrong, but because they were never given the right information. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Manera, and today we're talking about common weight loss myths. The beliefs that sound right, get repeated everywhere, and quietly keep people frustrated and confused. If you've ever felt like you're doing everything you were told to do, and it still isn't working, this conversation is for you. One of the most common things I hear from patients is, I feel like I'm failing. And I want to say this clearly. Most people aren't failing. They were just never educated properly. They were given surface-level advice, rushed visits, and unrealistic expectations, without anyone slowing down to explain what's actually happening inside their body. So today, we're going to slow this down, clear out the noise, and talk about what's real. One of the biggest myths in weight loss is that it's just calories in versus calories out. That if you simply eat less and move more, everything should fall into place. But if that were true, you wouldn't be watching this video. Calories matter, but they are not the whole story. Your body is not a calculator. It's a complex biological system. Hormones, metabolism, insulin resistance, stress, sleep, medications, and underlying medical conditions all play a role. Two people can eat the same number of calories and have completely different results. When we oversimplify weight loss, we ignore the root causes, and that's where people get stuck. Another damaging myth: weight loss is just about willpower. That if you're not seeing results, you just need to try harder. Willpower doesn't fix hormonal imbalances. Willpower doesn't correct insulin resistance. Willpower doesn't override chronic stress or lack of sleep. If willpower alone worked, people wouldn't keep cycling through the same frustration over and over and over again. What most people actually need is clarity. When you understand why your body is responding the way it is, the entire process changes. Another common belief is that if the scale isn't moving, you're doing something wrong. But weight loss isn't linear, and progress doesn't always show up on the scale first. Sometimes progress looks like better labs, more energy, better sleep, less inflammation, and more consistency. And sometimes the scale doesn't move right away, even when healing is happening underneath. That doesn't mean nothing is working. It means your body needs time. Time that most healthcare systems don't give people. There's also a lot of confusion around medication. Some people think medication is a magic fix, while others think it's cheating. Neither of these is true. Medication is a tool, one part of a comprehensive plan. Without education, structure, lifestyle support, and proper medical guidance, medication alone doesn't lead to long-term success. But for medically complex patients, when used correctly, it can be incredibly helpful. The problem isn't the tool. The problem is the lack of explanation and support around it. Another myth that stops people before they even start is the idea that you have to be perfect for this to work. You don't. You need education, you need consistency, and you need support. Weight loss should not feel like a full-time job, and it shouldn't feel like punishment. Real progress happens when people understand what actually matters, what doesn't, and how to adjust without starting over. Here's a common thread behind all of these myths. Most people were never given time. They were never given an explanation. They were never given a long-term strategy, and they were told what to do, but never taught why. And when things didn't work, they assumed they were the problem. Well, they weren't. What actually works is a comprehensive approach. That means looking at the full medical picture, understanding your hormones and metabolism, reviewing your labs when appropriate, setting realistic expectations, and providing education, not just instructions. Weight loss works best when people feel heard, supported, educated, and not rushed. That's when things finally click. One of the most powerful moments I see is when someone says, "Oh, no one ever explained this to me." That moment matters because frustration turns into relief. Relief turns into confidence, and confidence creates sustainable change. If this video resonated with you, and you're realizing that maybe the issue wasn't effort, it was information, I encourage you to keep learning with us. We're here to educate, guide, and support you, not rush you, not shame you, and not hand you one-size-fits-all plan. Make sure to subscribe for more education like this. We'll continue breaking things down in a way that actually makes sense. You don't have to do this alone, and you don't have to guess anymore.